There's a moment, and most people never talk about it, where you're sitting alone at 2 in the morning in a room so quiet you can hear your own heartbeat, and you realize that the life you're living isn't the life you were supposed to have. Not because the world failed you, not because luck ran out, but because somewhere along the way, without even noticing it, you stopped showing up for yourself. You stopped fighting. You got comfortable. And comfortable, my friend, is the most dangerous place a human being can ever be. I want to tell you a story today, a real one, not a fairy tale, not a highlight reel, a story about what it actually costs to become who you were born to be, and why most people never find out. Stay with me, because by the end of what I'm about to share with you, something is going to shift inside you. I promise you that. And if this kind of content speaks to your soul, if it makes you feel something real, do me one favor right now. Hit that subscribe button, because every single week we come here to do the work together. Not just talk about it, do it. Now let's get into this. His name was Marcus, grew up in a small apartment in Detroit, Michigan. 3rd floor, no elevator, leaking pipes in the winter, and no air conditioning in the summer. His mother worked 2 jobs, a cleaning shift at a hospital at 5 in the morning and a cashier shift at a grocery store until 10 at night. His father was a name on a birthday card that stopped coming when Marcus was 7 years old. By the time Marcus was 15, he had already learned the most dangerous lesson that poverty teaches, that some people are just not meant for more, that the neighborhood you're born into is the neighborhood you die in. That dreaming too big is a form of foolishness, not courage. He was smart. Everybody knew it. His teachers said it. His coach said it. But smart doesn't pay the electricity bill, and so Marcus did what millions of young men in his position do. He survived. He got by. He kept his head low and he kept moving. He told himself that one day things would change. One day he would make a move. One day, when the time was right, when the stars aligned, when the pressure let up just enough, then he would rise. He told himself that every single year, from 15 to 22, and every single year, nothing changed. Because one day is not a day on the calendar. One day is where ambition goes to die quietly, without a funeral, without anyone noticing. It's gone. I need you to understand something right now, because this is the heart of everything I'm about to tell you. The distance between the life you have and the life you want is not made of money, connections, talent, or luck. It is made entirely of decisions, small ones, daily ones. The decision to get up when you don't feel like it. The decision to keep going when there's no applause, no reward, no recognition. The decision to bet on yourself when everyone around you has already placed their bet somewhere else. Marcus didn't understand this at 22. Most people never do. But something happened to him that year. Something that cracked him open in a way that nothing soft ever could. He got fired. Not laid off. Fired. From a warehouse job he hated, working 12-hour shifts, sorting packages that weren't his, building someone else's dream with his bare hands, and earning barely enough to cover rent and groceries. And the reason they fired him still stings when he tells the story today. His supervisor called him into a back office, a gray room with a flickering light, and told him that he lacked focus. Now here's where the story gets real. Because what happened next was not a montage. It was not a dramatic transformation set to uplifting music. What happened next was ugly. It was slow. It was filled with setbacks so painful that on more than one occasion, Marcus called his mother at midnight and told her he didn't know if he could keep going. She never told him it would be easy. She told him every single time, "Baby, easy people don't build anything worth remembering." And he would hang up and go back to work. He started a small business, nothing glamorous, a delivery service, just him and a secondhand van he bought with money he borrowed from a cousin who believed in him before he believed in himself. He worked 16 hours a day for the first 8 months. He had no customers for the first 6 weeks. He drove empty routes just to stay in the habit of showing up. He learned every mistake the hard way, and there were many. He had contracts fall through. He had clients who didn't pay. He had nights where the math simply didn't work no matter how many times he ran the numbers, where the gap between what he owed and what he had felt like standing at the edge of a canyon with no bridge in sight. But he did not quit. Not because quitting wasn't tempting. It was every single day. But because he had finally decided that the pain of discipline was something he could survive. The pain of regret he was no longer willing to risk. By the end of his first year, he had 4 regular clients. By the end of the second year, he had 11, and he hired his first employee. By the end of the third year, Marcus's company was generating enough revenue that he could finally move his mother out of that third-floor apartment. The world will offer you 1,000 comfortable alternatives to it. Television, gossip, scrolling, the warm, numbing safety of routine. These things are not evil, but they are seductive. And if you let them, they will build you a very comfortable cage and call it a life. And you will sit inside it, well-fed and well-rested and quietly dying, watching other people live the version of existence that was always meant to be yours. Marcus is 34 years old now. His company employs 26 people. His mother has a garden, and he still wakes up at 5 in the morning, not because he has to, but because he told me that the grind is no longer something he endures. It's something he loves. He said, when you're building something that's truly yours, when you're living a life that's truly yours, even the hard days feel like gifts. That's what's waiting on the other side of the decision you've been postponing. Not a perfect life, not a life without struggle, but a life that is entirely, authentically, unapologetically yours. You came to this video for a reason. You didn't stumble here by accident. Something in you is hungry. Something in you is tired of playing small, tired of watching the clock, tired of waking up and going through the same motions and telling yourself that this is just how life is. It is not how life has to be. But no one is coming to change it for you. No one is going to arrive at your door with the life you deserve on a silver platter. You have to want it badly enough to go get it. You have to want it badly enough to give something up for it. Your comfort, your excuses, your need for certainty, your fear of judgment. You have to be willing to pay the price every single day without guarantee of reward, without promise of recognition, with nothing but your own conviction to keep you going. And I genuinely believe, that you are capable of exactly that. The fact that you're still here, still watching, still listening, tells me everything I need to know about the fire that's in you. Most people clicked away a long time ago. You stayed. That means something. That means you're ready. So let today be the day. Let this be the moment you look back on and say, that was when I decided. Not when luck changed. Not when circumstances improved, when I decided, go build something, go become someone, go live a life so full of effort and purpose and honest, hard-won progress that when you're old and gray and looking back, all you can do is smile because you gave it everything, because you showed up, because you did not quit. The world is waiting for what only you can create. Stop making it wait.